Hi there! You're about to watch the Learning Tree Homeschool Fellowship production of Fractured, the strange case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. We've worked on this for such a long time. We started in October 2019 and we just performed it in October 2020. So we hope you enjoy Fractured.
Our story begins here. Dr. Henry Jekyll is experimenting late one night in his study. After much research and concocting, the moment has finally come. He's just put the finishing touches on a very important potion. So, the doctor drinks it, rises, and after a few moments, crumbles to the ground unconscious. This is where the story of the strange case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde begins. Enjoy.
Oh, Dr. Jekyll. Dr. Jekyll, are you all right? Miss Wescott, come quickly.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Poole.
Dr. Jekyll, are you all right? Did you fall asleep while working again?
He was knocked out, here on the floor.
Passed out again? What's the point of having a bedroom if you insist on sleeping in here?
Seems you're all right, at least. How do you feel, sir?
Please, I feel fine. I feel more than fine, really. I feel wonderful.
Oh, well, perhaps we'll just move your bed here to the study then.
That won't be necessary, Miss Wescott. I had a breakthrough last night with the antidote.
Sir, there are some things science can't fix. I hope you did not do anything rash.
Well, you knew I needed a human test subject, but the Bureau has so many regulations these days. Then I thought, well, I'm human.
Doctor!
I can feel it working already. Don't worry. It's all smooth sailing from here.
Lord of mercy.
Here, I'll help you upstairs to rest, sir. Miss Wescott, if you'd prepare the doctor some breakfast.
I haven't felt this good in years. I might even grab a cup of coffee out today.
Going out for breakfast? Yes, that would be quite a change.
Don't take it personally, Miss Wescott, but I feel so alive and fresh. You always say I'm such a recluse. Well, today I want to go out and see the town.
If you insist, sir, but you don't seem your normal self. Perhaps you should make sure the antidote does not have any negative side effects before going out?
Oh, this seems like a good side effect to me. After the last few years, well, I'm just glad to finally see you in good spirits again, sir.
You're not the only one. Yesterday, I was so tightly wound, but now it's time to loosen on up. The old me would never seize the day. I'd always stay home like a bump on a rug. But when I woke up here just a moment ago, there was a song rising up from my toes. It's time to get up and go out and see the world. Mr. Poole, please fetch my coat. Thanks. Go outside and stretch my legs. Wanna shake some hands, just breathe the air. Wanna grab some coffee and read the news. I wanna smell the roses again. Yeah, I want to smell the roses again. Hello there, coffee seller.
Hello, welcome to Mr. Smiles Coffee. What can I get for you?
I'd like a cup of your finest, most delicious coffee, please.
Okay, we have regular and we have decaf.
I'll take whichever's best.
Okay, we have regular and we have decaf.
What's your favorite coffee seller?
You're getting decaf.
Works for me. Who needs caffeine on a day as beautiful as this?
Anything else?
Let me tell you a story, coffee seller.
Please don't.
Yesterday, I had no clue at all what my life was really about.
Join the club.
But now I see so crystal clear, there is life to be lived all around, yeah. There are people, places, and beautiful things. I can't wait to see what else is in store. It's time to step up and step out and hit the road. But I'll be back tomorrow rest assured.
In that case, I quit.
I wanna go outside and stretch my legs. I wanna shake some hands, just breathe the air. I wanna grab some coffee and read the news. I wanna smell the roses again. Yeah, I wanna smell the roses again. The fog has lifted. The world is brighter. It's so good to be alive. It's so good to feel alive. I wanna breathe that fresh air. Feel that warm breeze. The edge of the rest of your life. Standing on the edge, drinking in that golden sunlight. Come on, let's go outside and stretch our legs. I wanna shake some hands, just breathe the air. I wanna grab some coffee and read the news. I wanna smell the roses again. Yeah, I wanna smell the roses again. Yeah, I wanna smell the roses again.
The first reporter on the scene! Can you believe it?
Doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary to me.
Everyone seems pretty shaken up. We need to get a closer look. Height?
Neither tall nor short.
Weight?
Neither large nor small.
Age?
Neither young nor old.
Can someone please describe the man? Eye color?
It was hard to tell.
Outfit?
It was dark as well.
Anything at all?
What else can we say?
Can someone please describe the man? His name?
Mr. Hyde.
Okay, so we have a name. Good. But someone rampages through a store and no one gets a good look at it. But everyone remembers his name.
He seemed fine at first, normal even. He walked in and he headed straight for the back of the store. I told him I was closing up in just a couple minutes and he lost his mind. He started yelling and wrecking the shelves. He looked wrong, out of place, and his rage seemed to penetrate the soul. He was more creature than person, more monster than man. And when he spoke, it came out as barely more than a growl. And there was madness there in his eyes.
Was like no one I've ever seen, a demon in the night.
I asked his name, and he said, "They call me Mr. Hyde."
Very well then. The city of Chicago thinks it via testimony. We'll do our best to bring this criminal to justice.
Did you hear what they said? Are you getting this down?
A man called Hyde could be the story of the year.
If we play it right, this is my chance. Lizzie O'Connell on the scene. Inspector Pierson. Lizzie O'Connell, Chicago Tribune. Can I get a statement?
Ain't no story here, Lizzie. Quit poking around like crime scenes.
So, what I'm hearing is that this case is so serious, the police department is declaring it confidential. Write that down, Tripp.
Go back to your desk, doll face. Don't you have a Dear Abby column to write?
Ignore her. let's blow the story wide open.
Okay, here's the headline. Terror on 8th Street. Monster on the lip.
Hey, what I say? Don't go scaring people. When you've served over 3 decades in law enforcement, you learn that this is just another day in Chicago, crime capital of the world. Year 34, every day is the same. Same crime scene, same dirty street, nothing changes. This schmuck's been robbed 3 times this year, and we ain't even made it to June. Another unsolvable case, another criminal getting away. It's just another day in Chicago.
Hello? Is someone there? Must be someone out for a stroll, following me down a dark, abandoned street.
Good evening, Doctor.
Oh. Good evening, Miss Wescott.
How are you feeling?
Very, very well. Very well, thank you. And yourself?
Oh, well, I can't complain, but to be honest,
Good.
I was...
Good. Very good.
Are you expecting someone? Doctor?
Oh. No. No one.
If you insist.
So, when will dinner be ready?
3 hours ago, sir.
3 hours ago? Is it that late? Must have lost track of time.
It's all right. I kept it warm for you. Like always.
Yes, thank you very much, Miss Wescott.
Just don't lose track of time on Friday.
Friday? What's on Friday?
You have a date? With Miss Diana Caldwell? From my church, remember?
Right. I forgot.
Just don't forget on Friday. You wouldn't want to get a bad reputation. Standing up a lovely young lady like Diana would be quite rude.
Yes, I'm sure you're quite right, Miss Wescott.
I'm just so glad that you're going, sir. I mean, for a while I wondered if you were going to be blue forever, moping around, locked up in this little place. It's been a long time since you've tried to make any friends. Much as go on a date. Isn't it exciting?
Calm down, Miss Wescott. It's just dinner. Though, it does feel good to be making plans again. If you'll bring a tray to my study, I believe I'll eat while I work.
Yes, sir. But remember, your bedroom is upstairs?
Yes, I'm sure you're quite right, Miss Wescott.
All right, what happened this time, Joe?
There was this horrible man. I was just minding my own business, tending to my squab.
Wait. Did you just say squab?
Yes, squab. My birds. My squab.
Right, of course.
So I'm tending to my squab when out of nowhere, this horrible man, he came stomping down the street. As he passed, I had a friendly, "Hello there." Then my squab began to sing. He went nuts, kicked over one of my bird cages. I was horrified. You know, naturally.
Naturally.
Anyhow, the man began picking them up and throwing them, scaring my squab, and when I tried to stop him, he pushed me to the ground, and I scraped my elbow. See? Right here.
I see. So he attacked you, just like that.
Exactly 1 account of human assault and 6 accounts of squab assault.
Okay. Well, the city of Chicago thinks if you have testimony, we'll do our best to apprehend the suspect as soon as possible. Great! You two again.
Good morning, Inspector. Oh my! What happened here?
Nothing, dollface. Be on your way.
Why, Lizzie, it looks like a crime scene to me.
You know what, Tripp? I think you might be right.
Fine. A man assaulted this young bird enthusiast over here. That's it. No story. Just another knucklehead in Chicago. Satisfied?
Interesting. Excuse me, sir. Could I ask you a couple of questions?
Leave him alone, Lizzie.
Sir, could you describe the man who committed this atrocious crime?
He was horrible.
Okay. But what did he look like?
What?
You know, height, weight, hair color, that sort of thing?
Oh, it was kind of dark. You know, I can't seem to picture it now that you mention it.
Interesting. Hey, Tripp.
Yeah, Lizzie?
Wasn't there another crime where no one could describe the criminal?
I think there was. Just last week, in fact.
And, what was that criminal's name?
Mr. Hyde, I believe.
Oh, brother.
The shop vandalism last week, the pub upset a few days ago, and now this. That's multiple crimes all committed by someone that no one seems to be able to describe.
Seems that way.
Could be a crime spree. Now, wouldn't you say that a crime spree in the heart of Chicago would be newsworthy, Inspector?
Leave it alone, Lizzie. You won't find your big story here. So stop poking around my crime scenes. Do you hear me?
Yes. Loud and clear.
It would do as you say.
Ha! Looks like God plopped this one down right into our path, eh, Tripp?
Could be, Lizzie.
Let's get started.
I'm ready.
Ready. May I have this dance? Oh, you're far too kind. Let's begin. Do you think that you can keep up? One false step and I'll drop you, one trip and I'll take you down. Nice to meet you, sir. You've made quite the mess, but you left me your secrets there here somewhere. You can't keep them from me. You can run, but you cannot hide. I'm gonna figure you out, sir. I will not rest till your life is laid bare for the world to read. No locked door can keep me out, my friend. And if you call yourself Mr. Hyde, I'll be seek. What's this?
It's like a receipt of some kind.
The golden lily. Oh, you will not win. I will beat your game. I will never relent till I find the truth. Your secret's not safe. Yeah, nowhere is safe. I'm gonna figure you out, sir. I will not rest till your life is laid bare for the world to read. No locked door can keep me out, my friend. And if you call yourself Mr. Hyde, I'll be seek. You ain't got nowhere to hide.
the experiment. The test subject, aka myself, has shown no signs of temptation or wickedness whatsoever. So far, I've had great success. The only side effects I've found are a general sense of unease, possible mild hallucinations, and slight memory loss. I must be careful to not let success up to this point dull my resolve to continue my studies. If the hallucinations continue, I may need to alter the formula and apply a second dosage to correct the problem.
Good evening.
Hello. Can I help you with something?
I'm just trying to get out of the rain.
Yes, of course. Though this is not a coffee shop. But there is one around the corner that I believe stays open quite late. How late is it?
Please, sir. I promise I won't be any trouble at all. I am great company.
No, I'm sorry, but it's quite late, and I'm not accepting any guests. I'm sorry, but...
Excuse me, sir, may I inquire, could you share your home? For just a brief stretch of time, spare me from this cold. I know you see me, please don't ignore me, let me in.
No, I'm sorry, but you must leave.
Excuse me, sir, but may I say that fire looks delightful. The rain has chilled me to my bones. Have pity, unlock your door. Allow me to entice your friend. You must feel very lonely. You could use some company. You'll feel much better once you let me in.
No, well, my housekeeper did bring too much tea, but it's so late.
You might as well open up that door. I assure you I will get in somehow. And begging you to show some simple kindness, I promise not to misbehave. So open up that door. I assure you I will never back down. And believe me when I tell you that you won't regret giving me a place in your home. I know you see me. You can't ignore me. Let me in. I'm not leaving.
No, you must leave.
I can see you, Henry.
How do you know my name?
Henry.
How do you know my name? Have we met before?
My name is Edward Hyde. You've heard of me.
I'm sure I haven't.
Well, in that case, please allow me to come in. I do promise I'm great company, just for a little while.
No, I've told you, I'm not letting you inside my home. It's out of the question.
Of course, I understand completely. May I at least sit outside your window until the rain passes?
I guess that wouldn't be too much of a problem.
Thank you. Oh. Perhaps you could tell me about your research, about the sin you're trying to hide?
Sin? I'll have you know I'm researching the human condition. I'm not trying to hide anything.
Not trying to hide anything at all, of course. And how is your research going?
It's going as would be expected.
And how would one expect it to go?
Well, using myself as the primary test subject allows me to have results almost immediately, though unfortunately the antidote still leaves much to be desired. I do feel better, but the initial feeling of elation has worn off. I have some adjustments to make to the antidote to see if the effects can be sustained.
How interesting. Go on.
Tell Diana to put a better spin on it. The man gets himself in enough trouble as is.
Of course, Miss Chauncey.
And make sure we get a picture of Bing Crosby for tomorrow's paper.
Ben Crosby?
He'll be at the White Sox game tonight. Maybe he'll bring him some good luck. Well, if it isn't Lizzie O'Connell. Fancy seeing you here for once.
Nice to see you both.
Thank you, Jackie. That'll be all.
Eileen, always a pleasure.
Afternoon, Miss Chauncey.
How you doing, Tripp?
No complaints, ma'am.
Good. O'Connell, I saw your recent drafts. Crime spree, eh?
Yes, that's right. Mr. Hyde. I think I'll call him the Beast of Chicago. It's got a nice ring, don't you think?
Lizzie. The cops have been calling all day. Say you've been causing a fuss, getting the peoples riled out.
Miss Chauncey, we think the cops are just scared. They're trying to keep things quiet to avoid a scandal.
Great observation there, Tripp. But that doesn't change the fact that I've got the commissioner of the Chicago PD breathing down my neck, threatening me with a cease and desist order unless I cut the Mr. Hyde story. You gotta stop asking so many questions. It's probably a dead end anyway.
Oh, come on, Eileen. Don't let them bully you. How else am I gonna do my job?
No one bullies me. But the Chicago Tribune can't survive if the cops ain't cooperative. You gotta let this one go. Find something else, something small. Got it? Can the story.
But this could be my big break. With this story, I could make a real name for myself in the investigative journalism community. You know, prove I've got what it takes.
And maybe you do. But if you keep getting the cops fired up, it'll be my job that's on the line. So I'm gonna make this real clear. Either you stop reporting on the Mr. Hyde story, or I put you back on the Dear Abby column. Is that what you want?
Eileen,
Is that what you want?
No. That's what I thought. Besides, if it's a big break you're after, an article about some raving madman ain't gonna do you any favors. After 8 years as editor-in-chief, there was one thing that I know for sure. Chicago ain't known for its peaceful parks or summertime festivals. People are aware a Chicago air breeds miscreants and criminals. So when they open the papes, they don't want to read that the streets here are dirty. Politicians are dirty. And things are all rotten here. People want heroes, they want Superman, someone who can clean this town up. People want good news, they want silver linings, where the White Sox always win. People want to believe that regardless of facts, in the blink of an eye, things just turn out just fine. Cause people want heroes, people want heroes. Ain't that right, Tripp?
Well, I'm not too sure. I've seen Superman around, but aren't we all doing our best to better this town, turn frowns upside down and expose criminals where they rest?
You might think so, son, but people want heroes.
They want Superman,
someone who can clean this town up. People want good news.
They want silver linings,
where the White Sox always win. People want to believe that regardless of facts, in the blink of an eye, things just turn out just fine. Cause people want heroes. People want heroes. And when you live in a place where the criminals outnumber police. But that's our fate here, and we'll do our best. But still, when you read the morning paper and the headline reads,
Mayor Kelly's gambling exposed again.
It'd be nice if it was followed by... And then Superman flew into the mayor's office, gave Mayor Caelie a piece of his mind, and Mayor Caelie repented of all his gamblers, gave all his winnings to charity, and then Superman saved $1 million puppies.
I love puppies.
I love Superman.
Eileen, that is literally never going to happen.
Doesn't really matter if it's gonna happen. I'm telling you, I know what people want to hear. People want heroes, they want Superman, someone who can clean this town up. People want good news, they want silver linings, where the White Sox always win. People want to believe that regardless of facts, in the blink of an eye, things just turn out just fine. 'Cause people want heroes, people want heroes, people want heroes. That's right, people want heroes. Oh yeah.
Back to work!
Don't worry about it, Lizzie. Maybe Miss Chauncey's right. There's gotta be something good happening in Chicago. We'll find something else.
Why would we? I'm not giving up on this case. This isn't your typical small potatoes criminal. I can feel it.
Are you being serious right now? Miss Chauncey literally just said.
We just need to write an article so impressive, so captivating, that it proves definitively that Mr. Hyde is behind the dangerous crime sprees. Then Eileen won't be able to reject the story, and the people will be grateful to know what's going on.
I don't know about this, Lizzie. You're a great enough reporter as it is. You don't need this story to make a name for yourself. Besides, there are plenty of scandals in Chicago. Like Miss Chauncey said, the people are fully aware of that.
This is different than corrupt politicians and mob bosses, Tripp. This is what I live for, to tell the truth. I can't give up at the first sign of trouble.
Well, that receipt we found at Joe's place was a dead end. Got nothing left to go on. Even if Mr. Hyde is behind this, how are we going to prove it?
Trust me, Lizzie O'Connell always gets the scoop.
We are so getting fired.
Oh, don't know why I'm so nervous. Oh, I don't know, Henry. Maybe because this is your first date in 10 years, and I don't even know what she looks like. Not too bad. Miss Caldwell?
Oh, please, just call me Diana. Are you okay, Henry?
Oh, yes, I thought I might walk tonight instead of getting a cab. It was further than I expected.
Well, you still made it. Just in time. Shall we?
Hello, ma'am. Sir, is there a name?
Yes, Jekyll. Dr. Henry Jekyll.
Follow me. Your waitress will be with you shortly.
So, how has your work been of late?
Oh, it's been good.
Tonight's wine is a fine vintage, a 1927 Merlot.
I'll just have water, please. Oh, hello there, coffee seller. I see you've moved up in the world.
And yet we meet again. For you, miss?
I'll just have the same, thank you. So, about your research.
Oh, yes. It's been very good. Very good. I had a breakthrough last week. It's like the world suddenly has color again. That's what I told my housekeeper, Miss Wescott. I believe you know her, correct?
Yes.
She goes to your church?
Yes.
Fine lady. What? Where's our waitress?
Who are you talking to?
Are you ready to order? The young coffee seller? Where did she go?
I'll give you a minute.
What was that all about?
Nothing. Just making a joke.
You know what? Order me anything but the crab cakes. I need to go.
Yeah.
Powder my nose. What a weirdo.
Crab cakes. She wanted the crab cakes. Those are pretty expensive.
Are you ready to order?
Oh, yes. You weren't just here, though, by any chance, or... Right. My lovely date will have the crab cakes, and I'll have the same, I suppose. She didn't want the crab cakes.
Not bad.
Diana?
Well, who else would I be, Henry? Now, about your research. I'm just dying to know what kind of progress you've made.
Well, to be honest, there are a few kinks to work out, some very unexpected side effects.
Oh, what kind of side effects?
Goodness, I'm not feeling too well.
Oh, perhaps you just need some water? Water? It's probably water, might have plant food in it.
Oh, if you don't mind, Miss Caldwell, I think I'm going down with something awful. I'd hate for you to get it. It's not you, it is you. Goodbye. What is happening? My feet just went numb. My vision's blurry, a byproduct that I'll overcome. What is happening? It feels like a dream. I think my watch is spinning and I don't know where I've been. All these side effects getting in the way of a most incredible cure. But all these side effects messing with my brain. I think it's working, of that I am sure. What is happening? Was that Mr. Hyde? Hallucinations, I can't believe my eyes. What is happening? I'm on solid ground, and yet my wits are wavering, a burden that confounds. Oh, all these side effects getting in the way of a most incredible cure. All these side effects are messing with my brain, but I think it's working, of that I am sure. Oh yeah, of that I am quite sure.
Dear, you look so pale.
How's your research going?
You know what this is, don't you, Henry?
Hallucinations, a tingling in my toes. It's nothing unexpected. This is how it's supposed to go. Slight side effects, I'll handle them all. The blurry vision, loss of time predicted this all along. My grip is slipping as reality blurs. Mr. Hyde is everywhere. Everything is everywhere. Oh, the world is spinning, just the smallest of changes. But I think it's working. I think it's working. It's working. It's working. It's working. It's working. All's going fine. Keep your head on straight. Henry, this is under control. Everything is fine. You prepared for each side effect. Science is a puzzle. but I think it's working. I think it's working, it's working, it's working, it's working, it's working, it's fine. It's working. I just need some sleep, that's all. It's working.
Can you believe this? Bad luck, I say. It's been a week and nothing. Not a single new piece of evidence.
It's not bad luck. It's just how it goes.
I know, I just can't seem to let it go. It's like God wants me to follow this story to figure out what's going on. You know? There's something here I'm meant to find. No new clues must just mean Mr. Hyde's getting smarter. Covering up his tracks better, right? He won't get the best of us.
No, he won't, but you don't have to come to work every night. You could take a night off.
Why is it that you come here every night? To pull my leg with your cockeyed ideas? Surely you're not serious about all this.
I assure you I am.
But morality must have its roots somewhere.
Morality is nothing more than a social construct.
But actions have consequences, do they not?
Most assuredly, Doctor. Life is just cause and effect. That is the only morality that matters.
If I'm going through all this work, all this research to cure human wickedness, I have to believe there's some higher call than simple binary consequence.
But it is binary, Henry. You are a man of science. Do not get so caught up in good and evil that you lose sight of what really matters, what's true and what's not.
Funny you should mention that. My parents always said, truth is found in God's word. Well, what do you say truth is?
The truth is out there, Tripp. We just need to follow the breadcrumbs.
Are you seeing any breadcrumbs? Because right now, all I'm seeing is a whole lot of nothing.
Well, maybe if you take off your stick in the mud hat and put on your detective cap, you'd see what I'm seeing.
Right, because that's all we need. A good hat.
Never underestimate the power of the right ensemble.
Oh, this is coming from the girl who always looks so perfect and put together. I mean, yeah, you sure dress the part of a detective.
Thank you. Now back to work.
Your work. This research, it's too important to you.
Too important? My work is everything to me. It's my purpose.
But surely a man of your aptitude could find a more worthwhile pursuit.
What's more worthwhile than leading humanity down a path of goodness?
Goodness? What reward can goodness deliver?
Many things. An end to crime, to violence, to malice and greed. People would be decent to one another for the first time in history. Is that not worthwhile?
It's frivolous.
Frivolous? Hardly. What's more worthwhile than peace?
Freedom.
Hey, you're free to walk away anytime.
No way. I mean, we need to be careful. We could get in a lot of trouble if we step on the wrong person's toes.
Fraidy cat.
I'm just looking out for you, as always.
Oh, brother.
So what's next for Lizzie O'Connell? Are you going to keep staring at these notes until you find a lead?
I've got plenty of leads. Tons of them.
Oh, well, that's a relief, because I thought we were totally stuck and had nothing to go on whatsoever.
Just trust me.
What do you mean, freedom?
Does a man not have a right to choose what kind of life he will live?
Well, I suppose, but...
And can a man not decide what kind of life he will live?
Perhaps, but at what cost?
I argue there is no cost too high for freedom.
But what of theft, cruelty? Would it not be better if we brought such things to an end?
Evil is just one path a man may choose. It's no different than any other. Every action brings a reaction. One must simply determine which reaction they seek.
Oh, so the ends justify the means.
Always.
Ugh. 11 o'clock did not come soon enough. I'll be lucky if there's still dinner when I get home.
Time to go home, Mr. Hyde.
Did he just say...
Miss O'Connell, what are you doing out at this hour? Where's Tripp?
Just working late, Inspector.
Staying out of trouble?
Yes, of course. Have a lovely evening with the mister.
What has that girl gotten herself into this time? Rats. Lost her. Wish that kid would stay out of trouble.
This must be where he lives. A little nice for your typical criminal.
Yes?
Oh, hi. Lizzie O'Connell, Chicago Tribune. Is this your home?
I am manager of this estate. This is the residence of Dr. Henry Jekyll. But he isn't receiving any visitors this evening.
But didn't he just receive a visitor? Or maybe Dr. Jekyll just got home himself.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Allow me to call cab.
No, that's okay. But could I schedule an appointment with the doctor?
You can stop by tomorrow afternoon. Assuming the doctor's in a good mood. I'm sure he'd love to tell the papers about his research.
His research? What is he researching?
I think Dr. Jekyll would rather tell you about that himself. Good evening, Miss O'Connell.
Many years ago, I began researching the human condition, specifically ways to alter or improve it.
Improve it how?
You see, I discovered that within each human is an inherent wickedness, a propensity for malice and greed, that sort of thing. And in that discovery, I found my purpose. I would cure evil.
I'm sorry. What?
I would cure evil. I would create an antidote of sorts that would remove this imperfection from the human mind, therefore creating a brighter future for us all.
Wow. That's ambitious.
Yes, it is. And so far, I've had great success.
Has Mr. Hyde been helping you study? Some sort of test subject? Maybe it's not going too well.
Mr. Hyde? How do you know Mr. Hyde?
Well, is there anything else I can get you?
Oh, do you have any coffee? What? Oh, I mean, this is fine. Thank you. I love tea.
I'll see what I can do.
What do you talk about with him? With Hyde, if he's not a part of your experiments?
Oh, nothing. Really, he just likes to chat. He often comes to my window, though I never let him in. I was beginning to think he was a ghost.
Oh, no, certainly not a ghost. You saw what he did to Joe down there. Thank you.
No problem, dear.
What does he look like? No one can ever get a clear description.
Oh, well, he's tall, comparatively speaking, and his face is very grim.
That's more than the police have ever gotten.
Yes, well, if he came to the police station every night, I'm sure they would get a very good look at
He
him.
visits
indeed.
you every
no,
night?
that's not what I said. I do hope he's caught soon.
Is there anything else you can tell me about him? Has he told you about his past or why he's doing all these awful things?
I think it's almost that he can't help himself, that it's almost a part of who he is.
You've gone to the police with this information, right?
Well, I knew there was something wrong with him. There was the vandalism incident, but this town is rampant with vandals, and...
Well, I'm convinced that Mr. Hyde is responsible for several accounts of assault over the past couple of weeks. If he stops by again, I hope you'll call the police immediately.
Of course, I had no idea.
And after you call the police, I hope you wouldn't mind phoning me as well.
Of course.
I'll give you a call once this Mr. Hyde business is over.
Afternoon, Dr. Jekyll. I do hope everything turns out all right.
Mr. Poole!
Yes, sir?
Please have all the locks on all the doors changed by this evening. And make sure the windows are secure as well.
Very good. I'll call the locksmith immediately, sir.
Not tonight, Edward. The police are looking for you. I've half a mind to call them myself.
But only half a mind.
Well, I'll admit I enjoyed our nightly discussions. It's rare I find another mind who thinks about things the same way I do.
More than you know.
But I cannot keep company with wanted criminals. It's not good for my reputation.
Then one more conversation before you turn me in. That is the right thing to do, I suppose, and you always do the right thing, don't you?
Not always. I don't claim to be a saint.
But since you took the antidote...
Well, yes. Since I took the antidote, I've been on my best behavior. And it's been easy, too. For instance, a child dropped his ice cream cone on the ground, and I bought him another one, just like that. Or when the orphanage downtown asked for donations, I gave generously.
Aww.
Even Miss Wescott, when she asked to go home early, I dismissed her without a second thought.
Well, isn't that just charming? And yet, you feel as though your antidote is still lacking?
Well, luckily, the hallucinations seem to have subsided, though the short-term memory loss is still disconcerting.
You mean your hallucinations of me? Yes, that was very strange.
Well, after what I learned last night, I assume my psyche was aware of your dark nature and used that to fuel my hallucinations.
My dark nature?
That is to say, your criminal activity.
Which only began after you gave yourself the antidote.
It's a coincidence.
You don't believe in coincidence.
No, but there's no other explanation.
Isn't there? Are you really sure I'm not a hallucination?
Well, I had considered that. But then that O'Connell girl said you'd been causing problems around town. Come to think of it, I don't know much about you. Perhaps you could tell me a bit more about yourself before you're arrested, that is.
Of course. It's difficult to explain, but I'm sure you will understand. I may be flesh and blood, but I was not born into this world as you were.
I'm not in the mood for riddles, Edward. If you don't want to tell me...
When you gave yourself the antidote, you did manage to remove evil from your soul. You removed it, but you didn't destroy it.
I don't know what you're getting at.
The evil you removed? What do you think happened to it, Henry? Don't you think it's strange that on the same night my rampage began?
Are you really saying? No. Whatever you're saying, it's impossible. Ludicrous.
It may seem impossible, Henry, but you know it's the truth. You can feel it in your bones. You can feel it in the empty places of your heart that I used to fill. And now, we're two halves of the same man.
No, that can't be true.
Look at me, Henry! I'm real, just like the girl said. But sadly, I'm really less than human, as are you, I'm afraid.
That's insane, I don't believe you.
Believe what you want, but it doesn't change the truth. And the truth is, you made me. You made this monster. The darkness you wanted to hide, to get rid of, manifested into a new man, me, Edward Hyde. I'm so eager to do what pleases me, it makes you wonder who Henry Jekyll really is. The disregarded pieces that form me, or the broken, little leftovers that form you. It doesn't matter now, but if we were together,
no!
Just imagine.
I tried to destroy that part of me, not become its ally.
Fine. Then call the police if you want, but the only monster they will find here is you. I'll be long gone.
Shame, shame, I am not who I should be. Pain, pain, how my sins are hounding me. This potion promised freedom, yet I still remain a slave. The monster, the martyr, which is my true face? Am I Henry Jekyll or Edward Hyde? Stained, stained is this life, but not but failures. Name, what is my name, and which man lives in my heart? I thought that this would free me, yet the cost was half of my soul. The sinner, the savior, who is in control? Am I Henry Jekyll or Edward Hyde? I am standing on the crest of my rebirth. I am leaning o'er the edge to find out what I'm worth. Now I'll throw caution to the wind and leap out into the dark, and I'll find out who I am. I won't rest until redemption, till my debt is paid in full. I will find my vindication, prove that I am in control. Let my monster flee the morning. I am taking back my life. Let a war begin between us. The war of Henry Jekyll and Edward Hyde.
Here's what it says. The dastardly beast of Chicago could be after you next.
Don't go out at night. That's when he's on the prowl. Don't forget, be safe. Lock all your doors.
Extra, extra! Read all about it. Villains terrorizing Chicago. Mr. Hyde, monster or man? Lizzie tails off!
Did you see the headlines? Did you read the Tribune? In fact, I'll note they ran a report in the New York Daily News.
It's quite a frightful tale now. Did it seem far-fetched to you? Could it be a serial criminal coming after anyone you ever knew? Coming after anyone you ever knew? Terror flooding the streets, a monster on the loose. He's unrestrained and unrepentant. Now it's a risky move. Step out of your door, go on your way. So do yourself a favor, stay inside, or so our headlines say.
Extra, extra! Read all about it. But so amazing the innocent. Mr. Hyde, latest serial criminal since Al Capone. How can you stay safe with your tongue toes off?
My. Looks like crime actually is good for business. For once. Good build up to a great finish, Lizzie. Yes, ma'am. Miss Chauncey, and this is only the beginning. I'm going to blow this case wide open. See that you do, but allow yourself some time to celebrate. Hey, how about we go to that pizza place on 3rd Street?
Sounds like a date. I mean, good plan to me, Lizzie.
See how our sails are climbing from this goose-bumping article. I do not mind, people gobble it up, buying 3 copies a piece or more, buying 3 copies a piece or more.
I keep getting calls, man, the police are not entirely pleased. On the upside, everyone wants to know more about Lizzie's Mr. Hyde, more about Lizzie's Mr. Hyde. Terror flood the streets, a monster on the loose. He's unrestrained and unrepentant, no, it's a risky move. Step out of your door, go on your way. So do yourself a favor, stay inside, or so our headlines say.
Lizzie, she's gotten herself in too deep. People love a good ghost story. Doesn't that kid know? If you blow up a story this big, people will expect you to follow it up with something even bigger. Year 34, every day is the same. Same newsstand, same headline craze, nothing changes. You string it together piece by piece, but it ain't gonna hold up in court. Another city-wide outrage, another editor still gets paid. It's just another day in Chicago.
So what's next for Lizzie O'Connell, Chicago's brightest investigative journalist?
Well, Mr. Hyde is still out there, just waiting to be caught.
But he's a dangerous man. You said so yourself in the article, Lizzie.
Yes, he is, but God's kept me safe so far, right?
God also tells us to be wise. I know there's no convincing you, so what's the plan?
Dr. Jekyll hasn't returned any of my calls. His housekeeper says he's fallen ill, but there must be more connections considering how well he stays hidden.
As long as you don't go snooping around anywhere too dangerous.
I can't help it if that's where the story goes.
Terror flooding the streets, a monster on the loose. He's unrestrained and unrepentant. We know it's a risky move. Step out of your door and go on your way. So do yourself a favor, stay inside, or so our headlines say. Or so our headlines say.
Or so our headlines say.
Come in.
Just like that?
Yes, enough games. Come inside.
I see you finally decided to accept the truth.
I've decided to take responsibility for my actions.
I hope by that you mean you're accepting me for who I am?
I mean that I am your master, your creator. And as such, I have something for you. It's in that closet there. You'll know it when you see it. There, you monster! I won't let you hurt anyone else.
You think you can lock me up as if that will solve anything?
Don't try to convince me to let you out. It's my duty to control you.
Control me? You can't control me!
I already have. There's only one way out of that closet, and I'm throwing away the key. There, it's gone. You are locked away for good.
Am I?
Yes, now if you'll be quiet, I have some adjustments to make to the antidote.
Perhaps I may be of some assistance?
No, just a hallucination. Just my imagination. You are locked up in that closet there.
Am I?
Edward!
I'm right here, Henry.
If I hadn't thrown away that key, I would prove that Edward Hyde is in that closet.
Then prove it. impossible. What is impossible, Henry, is for you to control me. You are right. You may be my creator, but I am your master. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work of my own to do.
Things were so clear before. I thought I knew where I was going. My eyes were bright and open for maybe the first time. There was no fear before. I was so sure of what I wanted. Then my whole world started burning as my soul began to twist and shake and scream. Looks like my bright white future was caught up in sound. I tried to make myself better. Instead, I made the whole world darker. And now there is no future, no future. Oh, there is no future, no future for me. For me.
See you in the morning. The case continues.
I can walk you home. It's late and Mr. Hyde is still out there somewhere.
Tripp, get some rest.
All right. See you tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
Lizzie, I was going to the Golden Lily tomorrow, and I was wondering if you might want to come along and...
Work on the case? Sure, I'd love to.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
What a week. National exposure, demands for a follow-up article. All part of the plan. God, you knew this would happen all along, didn't you? I can see your fingerprints all through this article. There were times when I doubted if I was on the right path, when I thought about giving up and settling. But you gave me this passion, so I knew there was something I was supposed to do with it. And now, well, I don't know what's coming next, but you've seen the big picture. I'm just along for the ride. I was afraid before, unsure, tied down by imperfections. I'd never measure up, but I held fast to your word and you carried me through. You opened up the doors for me. You've always been there beside me, keeping my hope alive. And I thank you, Jesus, every day for giving me a dream to chase down, designing a future for me. For me.
Now there is
you opened
no
up the doors
future,
for me.
no
Always
future.
beside
There is no future, no future. Oh, there
And I
is
thank you,
no
Jesus, every day for giving me a dream to chase down, designing a future.
no future for me.
Can I get you something?
On my newspaper salary? I can barely afford a coffee.
It's on me, Lizzie.
Oh, you really don't have to.
Yeah, no, I mean, I want to. I mean, 2 large coffees and a raspberry scone, please?
Of course.
Thank you.
You really didn't have to, Tripp.
Oh, no. You deserve it after your big success.
Yes, but it's only a stepping stone. I think we should talk to Dr. Jekyll again. Remind me to give him a call later.
Let's not talk business?
Why not? It's not like we're... Wait. Tripp, is this supposed to be a...
Yeah, I guess I didn't make that very clear.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought that we were just, friends?
Of course. I'm sorry. I didn't want to make things weird. We can just pretend that...
I just mean, I had no idea that you... Yeah.
I guess I didn't make that very clear either.
Well, you never said anything.
I guess I was just hoping you'd notice. Eventually.
Well, I'm not really sure what to say.
Yeah, that's how I felt for the last 3 years.
3 years? Wow, that long.
Do you remember that first winter?
What about it?
When you were cold that night in December, and I offered you my sweater, what I meant was I will be there. And that time when you were hungry, I walked in with a dinner for 2. What I meant was I will be there. 'Cause all those long days you were slaving away for your time to shine. I was there beside you, doing my best to make it easy, waiting for the time to let you know I will be there no matter what new turns this life takes. You can count me in, 'cause I will be there to wrap you in my arms when you're cold, a shoulder to lean on, a hand to hold. I could never find the words to say, but I just want you to know that I will always be there. When we were lost in those April showers and you stood under my umbrella, what I meant was I will be there. And that time you twisted your ankle and I helped you find your way home, I would have carried you for miles. All those long days I was waiting away, waiting for the time to let you know I will be there no matter what new turns this life takes. You can count me in, 'cause I will be there to wrap you in my arms when you're cold, a shoulder to lean on, a hand to hold. I could never find the words to say, but I just want you to know that I will always be there. And now the world sees what I see, a girl with so much spunk and spirit. You are beautiful and strong and so alive. You make me wanna be a better man, give you all I got and more. But for now, the best that I can offer is just a smile and a promise that I will be there no matter what new turns this life takes. You can count me in, 'cause I will be there to wrap you in my arms when you're cold, a shoulder to lean on, a hand to hold. I could never find the words to say, but I just want you to know, to let you know I will be there no matter what new turns this life takes. You can count me in, 'cause I will be there to wrap you in my arms when you're cold, a shoulder to lean on, a hand to hold. I could never find the words to say, but I just want you to know that I will always be there. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. I just wanted to let you know. If you want to go back to the way things were, I completely under...
I mean, I'm surprised, but to be honest, I just... What was that all about?
Keep going, to be honest.
Someone's been murdered!
It can wait. If somebody's dead, they're not going anywhere. Keep going, to be honest.
Tripp, we should head down there, see what happened! Can I get a rain check for the date?
Only if you let me take you on a real date. I'll pick you up at your place tomorrow night.
Sounds perfect. Now let's get going.
I'm Inspector Pierson, ma'am, investigating the homicide from last night. Just a few questions.
Yes, of course.
You were the one that called in the crime, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I'm afraid I fainted when I saw it, but I did call immediately when I woke up.
And about what time did the homicide occur, would you say?
Maybe 9:30? I had just gotten home.
From work?
Yes, I'm a maid at the hotel down the street.
Can you recall what you witnessed?
It was a dark and chilly night. I had just made myself some tea. After a long, hard day at work, some R&R is what I need.
What did you witness?
Beneath my balcony, a man came creeping down the street. He was quite sharply dressed, top hat and cane, with tipped feet. Then along came Mr. Taylor, strolling idly by. The absent-minded, gentle soul turned and bumped the stranger's side.
What happened
An
next?
argument with voices raised, hasty apologizing, but that was not enough. The stranger raised his
What
head.
happened after that?
Everywhere we turn, everywhere we look, every time we step on out our doors, the windy city blows yet another rascal right into our neighborhood. But this one man, oh yes he was, demented I suspect. Please ma'am, please catch him. What if I am
Did you see his face? Any more details you can retrace? Did you see which way he ran? Who was that wicked man? Who was that wicked man? Oh, everywhere we turn, everywhere we look, every time we step on out our doors, the windy city blows yet another rascal right into our neighborhood. But this one man, oh yes he was, demented I suspect.
Please ma'am, please catch him. What if I am next?
go. The city of Chicago thinks if he had testimony, we'll do our best to bring this criminal to justice.
Do you think it was that horrid Mr. Hyde? Please, ma'am, please catch him.
Go home and get some rest. I can assure you, the Chicago police will keep you safe, ma'am.
Is anyone safe with that madman on loose?
Maybe Lizzie was right after all. God help us.
Doctor? Dr. Jekyll? Doctor, if I could just ask you a couple more questions.
No more questions, please. I have nothing interesting left to say.
Doctor, when was the last time you slept? You look exhausted.
I'm fine. Was there something you wanted?
I was just wondering about Mr. Hyde. Did you hear about what happened to Richard Taylor?
I'm done with Hyde! It should have been me, not Mr. Taylor. He didn't deserve it. Please. I'd rather be left alone right now, if you don't mind.
Just a couple questions. Hyde is still out there. Who knows what he'll do next if he's not caught?
There is no way to stop him, Lizzie. Maybe the police can do something. I failed in my research.
Your research? I thought Hyde had nothing to do with your research.
It doesn't matter now.
Maybe having someone to talk to would cheer you up?
It would do no good. Hyde, it's all my fault. Please, don't waste your time on me.
Excuse me, sir, but may I say your firelight is dying. You slave away here every day. I can tell your work is draining. Allow me to console you, friend. Come out from the shadows. You seem so lost and hopeless there, chained by all your fears. I know you're hurting. You seem so lonely. Let me in.
The man you are seeking does not exist.
What are you talking about? I came to talk to you, and here you are. It seems a shame not to chat a little.
No, I'm not good company. Don't waste your evening on me.
Doctor, please, what's the worst that could happen?
The worst that could happen. The worst that could happen has already happened. My life's work has brought nothing but chaos and death, and you expect me to what? Shoot the breeze? Share some amusing scientific anecdote? Go find your story somewhere else.
Tell you what, there's this place around the corner. It makes a great cup of coffee. Okay, it's not great, but it's fine. Okay, it's terrible, but hey, at least it's coffee. The story can wait. You look like you just need a friend right now.
No.
We can talk completely off record if you like.
It's not that. I just don't want to ramble.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm a great listener.
I don't know if I could even find the words.
No problem. I'm a delightful conversationalist as well.
Very well then. Perhaps it would do some good after all.
Nice walking stick you got there.
Yes, it's a recent gift from my housekeeper. She insisted I get a new one. She always says I'm such a recluse, you know.
And see, now you're getting out. We're making progress already. Seems risky, Lizzie. It's facts. Facts are never risky. Isn't that what you always say?
Hey, I'm all for preying on people's fears. It's good for business, apparently. But I just don't think most people will see this ghost story as factual.
I heard it all from Dr. Jekyll himself, and he didn't even want to be anonymous. So anyone who doubts my article can ask him directly.
That's just the problem.
Dr. Jekyll hasn't been answering his phone all day. His butler says he's fallen ill.
And this isn't a ghost story. It's a scientific experiment gone haywire. In an attempt to erase the darkness within, Dr. Jekyll actually created another person. An evil person. If this isn't big news, front page news, I don't know what is.
What do you say, Tripp?
I'm trusting Lizzie on this one.
Whatever. But if this flops, it's right back to
the Dear Abby column? I'm not concerned, ma'am.
I keep getting calls from everyone about that monster story Lizzie wrote.
It's 3 days since it's been published. What are they still calling about?
They's asking if we plan on changing the newspaper's name to the Chicago Tabloid.
Exactly what I was afraid of. And still no word from Dr. Jekyll.
Everyone's quite upset about that as well. Apparently he's a very nice gentleman. Donated $1,000 to the orphanage a couple weeks ago. The Windy City newspaper reported on that yesterday.
Lizzie, Lizzie, Lizzie.
Look what I wrote. It's the truth. How could I make something up as
ridiculous,
morbid,
ludicrous?
It's selling papers, isn't it?
Not exactly the kind of business I'm looking for. In fact, it's bad for business.
Miss Chauncey, she's only reporting the facts. I stake my reputation on it.
Thanks, Tripp.
Lizzie, this is too far. I should have kept you on a shorter leash, but someone's got to take the fall for it.
Eileen! Miss Chauncey, please give me one more
Can't spare the dimes, Lizzie.
What are you saying? Back to my old job, right?
That position's already been filled. You want me to fire some other poor girl because you messed up?
Ma'am, I have
Maybe you have too much ambition. I don't know. But I don't think the Chicago Tribune has a place for you here anymore. The tabloids sure seem interested in your story, though. Maybe you're more suited for that line of work.
Tabloids? I didn't work.
And
Make
Tripp,
this up.
got a festival happening downtown? Go check it out. Let's see what you can come up with.
Ma'am, I don't
Get to it. I have a scandal to get under control.
Lizzie.
I'll be fine, Tripp. It's a great opportunity for you.
Let's go see a movie this week, okay?
Sure. Better get downtown.
Lizzie, are you sure you're all right?
Mr. Flanders, we have a deadline here.
Go get that story, Tripp. Sometimes the sun is brighter, the air's just a little lighter, and all around things seem to go your way. Sometimes everything just falls apart. No one even tries to pick you up, and all around hope starts to slip away. When dreams collide, torn and shattered by reality, the cruelty that it brings, I thought I knew exactly what was planned. give me joy as I chase this dream.
So did you like it, though?
What's not to like? Crime, intrigue, murder? You know what I mean.
Well, as long as you had fun, I'm happy. The Tribune won't be the same without you.
I don't really want to talk about that.
Yeah. Back to the movie. You were saying?
It was interesting. I mean, I thought for sure the detective was going to figure it out, but the twists and the turns? Everyone thought that Uncle Charlie was one thing, but then he really turned out to be something else altogether.
Yeah. Almost like he was two different people.
Yes, exactly. It's exactly like the Hyde case.
What?
Something snaps for Mr. Hyde, and that's when he has these violent outbursts. One moment he's a regular guy, and then next he's a raging psychopath, almost like he's two people.
Now you sound like Hitchcock.
Go. Call the police. Send Inspector Pierson to Dr. Jekyll's house.
Dr. Jekyll?
He needed a new cane, Tripp. Just call the police. I need to find Henry.
The doctor's a little ill for...
I know he's ill.
She's been calling all week.
You may return when he's feeling better.
Why did he need a new cane?
What?
He said you insisted he get a new one. Why?
Because sometimes a gentleman requires a new cane.
I know that's not it. It's because the old one was ruined, right? It's around here somewhere.
You need to leave, miss. This is quite rude.
I'll call her a cab.
I know! I know that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde are the same person.
Dear, he's sick.
Perhaps you should have a seat, Mr. Connell. It appears that the antidote did separate the good and the evil in his soul, but it did not create a new man like the doctor told you.
Foolish experiment, you should have known better. Only Christ can cleanse our sins. And yet the doctor wanted to find a way to save himself.
Save himself? I thought he was simply investigating the human condition. What does this have to do with anything?
There was a time when he was young and wealthy. He made mistakes that everyone made. But the shame of sin and the guilt follows everywhere.
He was a troubled young man. His parents were always trying their best to get him in church and raise him right. But he wanted his own way, and he let his anger get the best of him. It got him in trouble more than once. But he's grown up a lot since then. If only he'd let that guilt go.
Well, from where I'm standing, it looks like his anger got the best of him again.
I promise. It's not like that. I believe he has good intent, yet he still can't see how to pray. We are. The doctor is frustrated that he must rely on someone else, someone outside himself.
None of that gives him a free pass.
We thought he was improving. He had been depressed for so long. We tried to tell him about Jesus and his saving power to give him hope, but he wouldn't listen to us. And then he was doing better because of the antidote.
Doing better? Last time I saw him, he was a wreck.
We hope that was just part of the process.
He still committed multiple crimes. He murdered someone. His past and his illness don't excuse his actions.
What excuse do any of us have?
What excuse can any of us have?
Doesn't Jesus offer a second chance for him?
We can't wait for Dr. Jekyll to turn himself in.
All we're asking is that you wait for just a moment longer. Give us a chance to tell him the truth, to get him help.
And what is the truth? What did the antidote do to him?
I believe the technical term is split personality disorder. doctor has convinced himself that Mr. Hyde is a terrifying force, outside of himself, outside of his control. And maybe he is outside of his control.
So I'm right.
Yes, I'm afraid so, Miss O'Connell.
The police need to know. He needs to be locked up.
If he's arrested, he'll have no hope. Who knows what Hyde will do to him? What he'll do to himself.
But justice needs to be served.
Mercy.
He must pay his dues on this earth.
A moment of mercy.
And he might see the fracture within and repent.
Doesn't Jesus
Jesus.
offer a second chance for him?
No, no,
A second chance.
no future, no future for me. I have a fractured heart, a fractured mind. The monster lives within. Jekyll, you're right. No, no, no.
Call the police. I'll follow him. I will. I promise.
We don't belong here. We're too corrupt for a place of holiness.
We? You are the corrupt one.
This place won't erase what we've done. There's no forgiveness for us here.
Stop! I didn't come here for forgiveness. I've created a monster. Surely I can destroy it. I tried to cleanse myself of evil, and instead I opened its cage. It all went so wrong. This wasn't supposed to happen. You weren't supposed to happen.
Stop your whining, stop your moaning. This is what you wanted, this is what you've always pined for. You keep running, and you keep hiding, but I have set you free. I'm the answer to your heart's desire. Long ago the human race lost their way, broken the promise they tore their own souls into. So they were cast out of the garden to never return. Since then they've been at war. So you can fight it, or you can run away, but you can't hide from me. 'Cause I am the darkness, oh, and I am the wickedness buried deep inside your soul. And I am growing stronger every day, and it won't be long until I am all that's left of you that you have given in to me. I will never leave you alone.
Just be quiet. Be silent. I have had enough of you, and I will take no more. If you won't leave me, oh, if I am stuck with you, I will end this here and now and take you down with me. Go ahead and test me. I'm determined I will end this tonight. I will never let you win. So even if I have to do this, or drag you down with me, this all ends tonight. So you can fight it, or you can run away, but you can't hide from me. 'Cause you are the darkness, oh, and you are the wickedness buried deep inside my soul. But I am growing stronger every day, and it won't be long until I am all that's left of you, and you have given in to me. I am gonna leave here alone. You don't own me, there is no hope for you.
How can you hope to
let me go? Whoa. I am the reason that you were created. Once and for all I will lend you. I will make a solemn vow to kill. I own you.
I am the darkness, oh, and I am the wickedness.
Buried deep inside my soul, but I am growing stronger every day. And it won't be long until I am all that's left of you, and you have given into me. I am not gonna leave here alone. I will never leave you alone.
I will never leave you.
Oh, I am gonna leave here. I am gonna leave here alone. You are no longer a part of me. If I get rid of you, my experiment will be a success.
Who do you think you're talking to, Henry? There's only one of us here. We were only trying to protect ourselves.
This can't be happening. I couldn't have done all those horrible crimes. I'm not a murderer. Am I?
We do have quite a nasty temper when it's let loose. You do remember that, don't you, Henry?
Then there's only one way to end this. No one else will be hurt because of me.
Doctor! Henry, stop.
Stay back. I don't have any other choice.
We have to do this.
Henry, you can stop him.
You're in over your head, girlie. This is between him and me.
You don't have to do this on your own, Henry. God promises to be with you wherever you go. He is here and he has never left you.
But we are alone. She doesn't understand what we're going through. Everything works out perfectly for her. She doesn't know what it's like to lose everything.
No, I do. I promise I do. Look, I know you feel hopeless, but this doesn't have to be the end. God can rescue you from this. Please, Henry, listen to me.
Don't listen to her. We are a slave to our vices. If you don't end this, more people will suffer and die. This is the only way out. There is no hope for us.
There is always hope, Henry. There is always a way to fight back.
Not for us. Right, Henry?
You were right, Henry. The human condition is tainted. The Bible even says that the good things that we should do, we don't do, and we just give up and do the things we know are wrong.
Exactly. We are powerless to stop it.
You are powerless, but Jesus gives us the strength to fight, to do the right thing. Jesus knows your struggle. He was tempted when he lived on earth, but he did not sin. And now that power is available to you if only you trust him. Please, Henry, you can do the right thing.
She's trying to trick you. Don't surrender.
Surrender to Christ. He is waiting to forgive you, to take care of you. You don't have to be afraid. He will help you fight against the darkness.
I'm so tired of fighting.
Then just end this.
Weary traveler, stop your running. See the hope
There
that
is no
can be found.
hope for you.
There is
This
solace
is the
in
only
grace.
way.
There is mercy here and now.
Nothing will
let
erase what you've done.
redemption come and claim you. Open up, let Jesus
Jesus
in.
can't
He
forgive
will
you.
turn your
He offers
fear
you
to
nothing.
courage. He will save you from your
No.
sin.
Henry. No. Henry, no. Henry!
Oh God,
No!
I'm at your mercy.
Henry!
I have earned your wrath on high, for I deserve your judgment for my wickedness and crimes. Lord Jesus, come and save me. I can't do this on my own. Will you rescue me to glory? In Jesus' name.
Hands up! You're under arrest. Get away from him, O'Connell.
Lizzie.
Tripp!
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Inspector, he's sick.
Yeah, that'll be for the courts to decide.
I'll be fine, Lizzie. Thank you.
The mysterious crime spree in Chicago has finally been put to rest. Dr. Henry Jekyll, the face behind the infamous Mr. Hyde, was discovered to be having blackouts, and loved ones noticed shifts in his personality. He had not been acting like himself. I knew Mr. Hyde's connection to Dr. Jekyll was no mere coincidence, and refused to let up on the case even when my own career was in jeopardy. That was when I discovered Dr. Jekyll's true nature. Split personality disorder caused by his experiments. In an attempt to erase the darkness within, Dr. Jekyll actually fractured his own mind, separating his selfish desires from his pure ones, and creating two personalities. While Dr. Jekyll has no recollection of the crimes he committed as Mr. Hyde, he was still found guilty as evidence surfaced after his initial arrest. The depression he had been struggling with for years deepened after his experiments failed, and he distanced himself farther from his house staff, lost all motivation for his research, and even met with a lawyer to put his affairs in order. He was arrested after a confrontation in the bell tower of the First Church of Chicago, in which Dr. Jekyll almost took his own life. Praise God, he was rescued and is now residing in the Illinois Neuropsychiatric Institute, serving his time and getting the psychiatric help he needs. I interviewed Dr. Jekyll about his experiences and asked him to give us some insight on his recovery.
I cried out, I am slipping, but your unfailing love, O Lord, supported me. When doubts filled my mind.
Dr. Jekyll?
Oh.
Lizzie O'Connell, Chicago Tribune? Do you remember me?
Of course. How could I forget? You were very gracious in your reporting of my trial.
I was only reporting the facts.
I'm sure. And how is Tripp? You were dating that young man, correct?
Yes, he wanted to come today, but he's working hard on an editorial.
I see. And you are here on behalf of the Tribune as well?
Yes and no. I've been wanting to come see how you've been doing, but they're very tight on visiting hours here. Have you been improving?
Improving is a relative term. I haven't seen Hyde much since that night in the bell tower, if that's what you're asking.
No, I didn't mean to bring that up. I was just...
I really don't mind talking about it. Really. I don't see him, Hyde, often, but sometimes I hear him talking to me, lying to me, tempting me. Or maybe that's normal. I don't really remember what it's like to be normal anymore.
I think it is. Normal. I mean, I'm tempted to give up and do the wrong thing, but when that happens, I ask Jesus to help me fight, to help me remember and believe his promises. It's not always easy, but he's always there, even if I can't feel his presence.
I remember that promise often when I'm alone. It's amazing to think that the creator of the universe, the King of Kings, forgives me and sees me as righteous after all the things that I've done.
It really is amazing. We don't have to fix ourselves or be good enough. It's so much simpler than that. Instead of having to be perfect, Jesus died for our sins, was perfect in our place. And when we experience that grace, all we want to do is turn from our way of doing things, turn away from sin, and follow his example.
You know, Lizzie, that night in the bell tower, there was this stillness, this clarity I hadn't felt in years. You were talking to me, speaking truth, and Hyde was screaming at me. And in the midst of it all, I felt this freedom. I could not do it. I could not defeat Hyde. On my own, I would never be good enough. On my own, I could do nothing good. I needed God to be my strength, to fight for me. God heard my cry. He lifted me up out of the pit. That's what grace is. When we know the good that we should do, but the evil we do instead, we are hopeless, we are fractured by our sin, torn between who we are and who we're meant to be. a moment of mercy, the dark is swept away in the glory of a cleansing flood. And all that once was broken has been mended, and all that once was fractured has been made whole. And now the old is gone and the new has come. We're taking flight. We live as a new creation. We rise.
Hi, I hope you enjoyed Learning Tree Homeschool Fellowship's production of Fractured, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. My name is Isaac, and I helped to make the video that you just saw. And before you go, I just want to say a few things about the people that made this possible and put everything together. Learning Tree Homeschool Fellowship has worked so hard to put everything together for Fractured. But there are a few needs that they still have, and I would like to ask you now if you might be willing to help support them in the future. The first major need that we have as a production company is for some sort of storage. As you can probably see, we have a lot of costumes, props, set pieces, and all kinds of things that just don't fit in people's homes. So we're really hoping to be able to purchase some sort of shed or other form of storage so that we can take the burden off the families that are currently hosting all of these things for us. Another really important need that we have is just new equipment. Some of the equipment is a little bit outdated and it makes it really difficult to work with. In order to improve our productions in the future, we're hoping to eventually buy new microphones or other new equipment to help us run things as smoothly and as well as possible so that we can continue to learn and grow and improve our productions. If you would like to support any of these causes, please check out the description below. I will have links and instructions for how you can donate and help us out, and also lots of ways for you to stay in touch with us, follow us on social media, and get news about future updates and what's happening with this production company. Once again, I hope you enjoyed Learning Tree Homeschool Fellowship's production of Fractured, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and I really hope you'll join us next time for whatever we may come up with.